Hello, welcome back to what is today a cold and starting to get damp allotment compared to the past few days. So I thought today we'd just have a look around up here. As you can see, the sky is looking very threatening around and about. There is now the odd bit of drizzle in the air, so hopefully we'll get round before anything drops on us. You should be able to see a big difference in how things have grown up here in the past few days. The early potatoes there. The shallots at the bottom there. We've followed on with some Amsterdam forcing carrots there. I've now put a row of lettuces between down this bottom end here where the row's a bit wider. Between the next row of Amsterdam forcing, which is a bit patchy because my dog decided to do a run and skid along them. The parsnips have really grown in the past week along there, as you can see. There's two different varieties there. 3 rows of parsnips. The row on the right here, sort of in front, I've got radishes in it, which as you can see the flea beetle have been feasting on. We've then got 2 rows of beetroot, followed by a row of carrots called a Norwich, which is quite appropriate considering we're about 15 miles from there. We've then got second early potatoes, which are now getting a real size, with the flower buds starting to appear right in the bottom there. So there's 2 rows of second earlies, 3 varieties, followed by 3 rows of main crop, and 1 small little row down here with 5 plants in. It's a variety called Condor, which is in short supply. We're allowed 5 tubers from the supplier, and you're only allowed to grow them to produce your own seed. I used to grow them years ago. They're a very, very nice potato, very large, but almost went out of existence. Very good for exhibition. I won a few prizes with them. Over here we've got 2 more rows of Norwich carrots here, which have been struggling due to the dry. Several weeds in there, but I daren't do anything about it because there's only a second flush now coming through of the carrots after the rain. Got a row of pickling onions up there as well. Spring onions, followed by 3 rows of beetroot, which are struggling again, but as you can see, they're now really starting to come through with the heat and the damp soil. This bit here, which was raspberry canes in the past, is going to be sweet corn, squashes and swedes, that sort of thing. We've got 3 rows of dahlias here, which you can see are now starting to come through. Everything else in there is rogue raspberries from bits of root. There's a couple more dahlias there poking through. These are just little bits of raspberries growing. If they get strong enough we'll move them, if not I'll destroy them. Here we've got a row of what was new raspberry canes, which are Glen Amble. There's 2 packs of 10 went in there, so we can try to keep them watered and alive. These rows of Autumn Bliss, well, this little bit was Autumn Bliss till I dug it and removed a load. You can see how well they're doing. We're trying something else in here as well. I've put some Russian giant sunflowers against a few of these posts. There'll be some more sunflowers going in here yet as well. That will hopefully make it look a bit nicer in here and give the kids in the house adjoining here something nice to look at, because they seem to like talking to me through the fence. I've been watering that IBC with a hose on at very low pressure. The spring cabbages here I've uncovered, and that's given the pigeons something to have a go at. I'd rather they went for that than anything else. My leeks have got a bad case of rust on them. There's nothing available domestically to treat that. I think I know I can get something from the commercial side for it. What's less impressive are the red onions with all the seed heads coming on them, which I need to sort out. See in here, the greenhouse is doing really well. The tomatoes in the trays there are all cuttings. They were side shoots what came off the ones in the tunnel we'll look at later in the video, which I'm trying to root because it will work. We've got some market mall bush cucumbers there. Marigolds are a mitigate disaster, only 2 have survived. Over the back here we've got some honeyboat squash, which is a new variety from Thompson & Morgan. Actually some of the few Thompson & Morgan seeds which have grown for me this year, but we won't go into that. We've got various sprouts, sunflowers at the front here, and cabbages at the back. There are some calabrese. The sweet corn again is an unmitigated disaster. The seed wasn't viable, so I've had to order some more. I haven't had a single one come up out of 200. Got some tomatoes and peppers at the back. There's some sprouting broccoli which I sowed yesterday, and 4 trays of Lola Rossa salad bowl type lettuce. Some French dwarf beans at the front here. A couple more cucumbers there. And these are the fuchsia tips we pinched out of the ones I put in the hanging basket, which look to be rooting. Certainly one of them is. So it may have worked. A little ploy we tried there. Got 2 spare Glen Amble canes here, and we've got the blackberry which had suckered on our rows over the back there. Got 2 black currant bushes at the front here. This bit needs a bit of a tidy up at the moment. These are a variety called Big Ben, which are supposed to be very sweet and edible straight off the plants. The white sprouting broccoli is still under the Enviromesh there. Under these 2 net tunnels I've now got some courgettes and marrows, and our gladioli are really grown up here now. And around the back here we've actually got the extra raspberries, which gain autumn bliss. But as I didn't prune them, you can see the flowers are now on them. Still a work in progress area. Got thornless blackberries here, but I'm not confident on this one because I can see little thorns on the bottom there coming. Not very happy with them plants. We've got a row of strawberries here, which is on my to-do list for weeding. Slightly pink flowered ones. So there's 3 small blackberry bushes here which were bought as 2-year-old ones, which were tiny, but they were the same price as these ones. I know which ones I was happier with when I got them. These bigger ones came from a local garden centre. I was expecting the ones on the left to be the same size when they turned up in the box, not little tiny things 3 inches tall. Over here we've got the gooseberry bushes from where the greenhouse is now. You see there's lots of gooseberries coming on there. Can't stand the things, but I know people who do like them. I wasn't going to get rid of them. I did get rid of 6 or 7 to various neighbours. Now we've got the bane of my life on this allotment, horsetail. This bit was a solid mat of it when I took this one on in September last year, but through use of specialist herbicide I've now got it down to the odd bit here and there, so progress is being made. Got tile these blackberries in just yet. They're Merton thornless there. Our fruit trees here are doing well. Have not had no late frosts. See, there's little plums coming on this one. We're presuming these are Victoria. This conference pear tree looks to have a good fruit set as well. This Bramley tree at the back, or Bramley apples, I heavily pruned, so I'm not expecting much off here this year. I've still got to sort this mess out beside it with the bindweed. There's a lot to do of tidying up here due to some neglect what happened in certain places. The other conference pear tree is also setting quite a lot of fruit at the moment, so I'm hoping we're going to get some good ones, but we're a long way off that point yet. So we'll be looking late September, early October for them. And over here we've got the surplus runner beans under the nets. We've got an unidentified eating apple here, which again looks to have nice fruit coming on, and this one has smelt quite nice while it's been flowering. Lots of runner beans there, sprout plants, cauliflower plants under there. This one I've read eating apples. I know they're eating apples, but that's as far as we know with these. So previous tenant didn't plant them, he hasn't got a clue what they are. He just said they're all dessert apples, not cookers. But they all seem to be setting good amount of fruit. So you can see here this end, our Paris silver skin onions are now coming through after the warm weather and rain we've had. As are some more of the Norwich carrots, which is why I haven't weeded them yet to get this fat hen out, and the horsetail, which I'll probably do with a paintbrush, and some herbicide in there. Cherry tree I think is just an ornamental one. That was moved from where that green tunnel is. This little Discovery dessert apple tree is a patio one I bought and planted, and they do look like they've set some good fruit. I have to keep that little bit there watered because there's a small bit of Amsterdam forcing carrots there which aren't really doing well. Again, another eating apple tree given to me by my next door neighbour, but he couldn't remember what it was. See, lots of little apples on there again. One of two opal plum trees that I acquired bare root this year. So I'll go around this way as it's not somewhere we've really gone much down this end. I've now still got to clear this up. I have sprayed down this strip a couple of days back, so the weeds are going a bit yellow. But in here, let's see a bit more horsetail. You can see the pea there has now got a shoot on. That's been in about 8 days. They've been in the ground there. So just cover that up again so the pigeons don't get any ideas. Still got to clean up these rows of peas. Just waiting for the peas to get going before I do it on my hands and knees. But the pigeons didn't really do much damage down this end, that's too enclosed for them. So you can see the peas here are actually quite a decent size in amongst the fat hen and various other weeds. So this little bonfire ash down here. This hedge here I severely hacked back when I took this one on, so it was out to where these posts are. So we took a lot off the side here. See, the runner beans are all looking okay, what we've done in the last video. As are the greens. We'll come back to these cabbage plants here. So we'll have a look at the ones in the polytunnel because they're planted on the same day at the same time. But otherwise everything seems to be okay in the net there. You can really see down here how the herbicide is hitting these. We've got the second opal plum tree here. The odd lily coming through there. This one appears to be some sort of plum or damson, going by the leaves and the fruit coming on it, but remains unidentified at the moment. This bit was just full of bindweed, so it had a dose of Roundup and something else. That apple tree was there and it's badly neglected. And this is one given by a next door neighbour again. Both these down this end. You see the gladioli in the background there doing well. tunnel is doing the trick. I know it's not the prettiest thing to look at without the pipes gone in it, but it is working. These sweet peas have really grown in the past week. So I'll have a look in the tunnel now, because I would really start to feel some spots of rain hitting me. Getting there fairly quickly. So I've been working in the tunnel this morning, just cleaning some weeds up. You see the hanging baskets are doing nicely up here now. Onions are growing well. I've hoed them this morning, so the weeds have all been chopped off. You now hear the rain starting to hit the tunnel around us. The leeks I transplanted yesterday into these cells. Got some Amsterdam forcing carrots there. Next to them were the peas, where I put in 2 more rows of Amsterdam forcing plus a small row of radishes. Broad beans are doing very well. Need the tops pinching out of them now. But these hanging baskets are looking rather nice. I think they've got some nice colours in them now. Three courgette plants there, with some nice lettuces behind us, and that one's coming home with me, but doesn't know it yet. Got some aubergines in the black pots. All of these at this end here are various courgettes and squashes. A lot of these are actually for sale at the moment because they're surplus to requirements, or being donated to allotment neighbours. Got some lavender at the end there. Three melons right up the back here. 3 more tomato plants down this side. And various Savoy cabbages in front of them. Now this is the celery at the back here. We'll see what I've done with that. This is celeriac. This is what we actually transplanted in a video a couple of weeks back, so you can see how that's grown. Put a Shirley tomato in there this morning, and some iceberg lettuces, or iceberg type there, called Saladin. It's now turned really wet out there. Cucumbers up the back there. Which don't seem to be doing too bad. And then got moneymaker tomatoes, which you can see the flowers are on quite clearly. These are the cabbages which were planted on the same day out of the same tray as those ones we just looked at outside. So there's a huge difference with doing these in the tunnel. So you see the flowers lurking there. Did have a bit of an argument with someone on the Polytunnel Growers Facebook page about why I've got these in here. Cabbages, he said they're not exotic enough, but that's up to me what I grow in here, I think. Got sweet peppers at the back there, with red cherry tomatoes at the front. There's some tomatoes I planted out yesterday. The Ailsa Craigs are there. Not quite in flower yet, those ones. So the side shoots were pinched off there. They are what are in the tray in the greenhouse. Put some celery in that gap there this morning. Try and get that growing. And you've got some Gardener's Delight tomatoes and some Ildi up this corner here, these three. They're a yellow variety. Some aubergines and peppers in pots. That is Gardener's Delight, that one. See flowers coming there as well. Lavender in front of them. Things have just been doing very well in this tunnel. You can actually bear to be in here today. For the past 2 days this has been almost unbearable to get in here. I've had to come back in the evenings and water it because you can't be in here during the day, it's too warm. So we've got little courgettes coming on there, as you can see. I know a lot of people wouldn't grow these in the tunnel, but I want them on early. And if we can find the right cucumber plant, you can see the little cucumbers coming there. And I think I need to spray them with something because there's aphids attacking those peppers. As we can hear in the background now, it is raining quite hard. It's the kind of day where it's good to have a tunnel. It's turned a bit wet out here since we were come in here, as you can see. So I think that would be a good place to leave this video. So for now, I'm going to say thank you for watching this video. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. And hopefully I will see you again in the next one, where it might be a bit drier and warmer again. So goodbye for now.